And we're live. Hey, all you guys out there in YouTube land, this is Josh with the Forgotten Legion 30k. Uh, we are back from Adepticon, and with me tonight is my brother
Yo, what it do?
and Paul Sweetland from Golders 222nd.
Hey, hey.
We had Pretty in here early, but he's going through some emotional difficulties, so he's not going to be joining us tonight. But if I get any of the rest of the guys in, just shoot me over a little message and maybe I can get you all in since we're running a skeleton crew. But me and my brother here, the pilot and co-pilot for Balls Deep 1. I'm not going to tell you which one's which, but I think it was kind of a revolving door on that one. But we just got back from Adepticon, so we decided to come on tonight and give you all a little heads up on the goings on, the ins and the outs of Adepticon. And of course we had Stiff 3 prior to the weekend before, which is South Texas in Flames for those that don't know. Let me pause my YouTube over here, that way I don't come out overlapping myself.
Yeah.
But
don't mush mouth it.
I'm not gonna mush mouth it. Yeah. Oh, bikini, Fatty Albert.
Man, what a fucking battle of attrition that was, man. I'm fucking exhausted. I'm still exhausted. I'm still recouping, even though I've been at work the last couple of days, but I'm still getting over it all. My time clock's all fucked up.
Oh yeah. I'm going to sleep like at 8:30, 9 o'clock every night since I've been back. We just to give you all a heads up, okay, we did have probably going right now, what is Balls Deep 1, right? Well, we decided to be the ground crew this year since Pretty and Michael were the ground crew Pretty, Michael and the ground crew last year. So we had decided to take my truck, so we can load up gear and armies and extra stuff, and because you get to Adepticon and you're like, damn man, I wish I had brought that lightning, or damn, my display board, I got nothing to put my shit on.
We're like, TSA fucked my shit up.
Yeah, yeah. TSA crushed my night. Sorry, Freddie. Anyway,
yeah, Freddie knows.
Freddie knows. But so we took the truck and we drove to Adepticon. Well, at the 0 hour, plans changed, and Pretty ended up taking the second chase vehicle. With it was him and Aaron and Freddie the Swede and Michael John in the secondary vehicle, which started out as Balls Deep 2. So we had Balls Deep 1, we had Balls Deep 2, and we broadcasted from the road. Trying to give you all an insight as to what it's like to making an 18-hour trip to Adepticon. Pumped up, army building, talking about your favorite Ryan Marks and whatnot and stuff like that. Also, but the further we progressed into the trip, we became Balls Deep Prime, and then it was Balls Deep Alpha, and then it was Balls Deep Prime Alpha Supreme Indominus Command Mobile Unit 1. And of course, Balls Deep 2, which is more of the PG-13 version of the road trip, became more like Balls Deep 2, and then it went to
just the tips, I think.
To just the tip 1, and then they got demoted to Dry Hump 1. So yeah, so
the very tame crew, the very the best.
I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that.
There was maybe some heavy petting going on, some necking,
some over the shirt nipple tweaking. I mean, that's about the extent of it. But we stayed hard. I think throughout our journey, I think
we sought out some titties up in Memphis, and it was good. We tried to get some in Chicago, but fuck, man.
Let me tell you about Illinois. The titties never came in Illinois. Okay, so here's the thing, right? If we on night one, I guess, we stopped in Memphis, and me and my brother went out, and we took Danny with us to this burger joint. We had a very R-rated burger, um, which was all right. You know, we went out and sought out the local cuisine, and they had the best burger in Memphis, which turned out to be pretty titties. You know, so we had a pitcher of beer. You know, we left a dry hump too. At the hotel, and they had gin and tonics.
Sipping waters and gin and tonics,
Gin and
water
tonics.
chasers,
Yeah.
in the hotel lobby. It's pretty.
Yeah. I think it was there was.
I think they were gonna watch some Matlock and
Yeah.
crash out early.
Oh yeah. Oh, a Murder She Wrote. I think it was Murder She Wrote.
Some Lansbury. Yeah.
Lansbury, Jessica Lansbury. Yeah.
I know Prudy's a Lansbury fan.
Oh man. So anyway, so we go out, we have the burger, and then Danny's like, "Oh, I'm feeling a little weak. I better go home, go back to the hotel and douche my vagina." So
like, come on, man, boobs. Let's go get some boobs.
Let's go get some boobs. I mean,
fantastic Memphis boobs.
And here's the thing, I mean, you're a strange man in a strange land. You've got to go out and seek out that elusive Memphis boob, So we decided to go hit up a titty bar. It was called the Purple Diamond. All right, not your classiest of joints, but it was bring your own alcohol. So luckily we had a couple bottles in the freaking the truck, and me and my brother went to the Purple Diamond. Hold on, what's going on here, little drama? In the chat, you taping? We can step up the gay. We can make it gay. We got Sweetland in here. Sweet Lip Sweetland. Oh yeah. You don't even know. So anyway, we had a couple drinks. My brother has a story about. I purchased a private boom room dance for my brother, and of course he's got a story about that. So, bro, you want to take it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Josh was looking up. I think she was probably one of the more attractive ones. Little dark skin, got a little ethnicity to her. So I was like, all right, I could do this. So she was a light skinned Hispanic, but she takes me to the back, and we back in the champagne room, if you will, to this private booth, and I guess we had mentioned that we were headed to Chicago, or we were just passing through, and so she's commencing off to take off her underthings and whatnot, and she starts to mount, and she says, "So what are you headed to Chicago for?" Just, the usual banter, and I was like, I don't want to get really into it. I was like, we're just going to, there's some gaming convention that my brother and I are making a big road trip for, and she's like, "You talking about the Warhammer thing?" And I was like, bong, immediate rock hard adamantium, just boner, because I was like, what Warhammer? She's like, yeah, I used to have an ex-boyfriend or whatever that played, and I used to like paint the models. I painted some Necrons and stuff like that. And it was just like, what the fuck do I just get into? Like,
yeah, balls out.
Like, I swear to Horace, we didn't I wasn't wearing like a Warhammer shirt or anything like that. There was no she wasn't like milking me, like in the
not yet anyway.
In the
biblical sense.
No. So because I was like, oh, man, how the fuck did she know? And she said fucking Necrons or whatever, and then she's like, you play Warhammer? And I was like, well, and then here I am with like a raging hard on, trying to explain how the Horus Heresy is different than 40k, and I'm struggling to get through, and I'm like, well, see, there was, 10,000 years prior, when it all started, before there was Chaos Space Marines or whatever, they were, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm just having trouble concentrating. She's like, I get it. She's like, doing the grind action and yeah, nipples in the face, and I was like, sanguine is just poor, tragedy, I was going, I don't know, it was a bunch of random gibberish or whatever, while there's boobage and yeah, and she was like, grabbed my hands and putting them on her, in the crevasse and so pretty interesting. But she definitely like, what are the odds? You know, it's like somebody tell me these odds because they got to be astronomical.
Astronomical,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah, like you find the stripper, and you actually get a dance from her, and somehow y'all end up having this weird, autoerotic conversation about, the horse heresy and stuff like that. So it's fucking great, fucking nuts. So worth it. Totally a good experience.
You wear the glasses?
I don't know. The meatloaf. I watched that today, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, David Robinson, right? Yeah, I got all like elitist, like Snow Warhammer. Get off me, bitch. Like, no,
this isn't 40K time. This is not 40K time.
Yeah, come on, don't waste my time with that Necron bullshit.
Get off me, bitch. Get off me.
Get off me. Give my brother his money back.
I have to admit, I wasn't interested at all until, or I wasn't really even paying attention. I'm trying to work on this giant monstrosity. But now that I know there's a stripper who was Warhammer, where was that place again? So that everybody listening, and especially me, next time I'm in Memphis can go.
Okay, it was the Purple Diamond, and her name was...
what was it? Was it Sparrow?
Sparrow. Now, I was going to go Swallow, but yeah, my brother's right. She's Sparrow. There's some kind of bird. There's some kind of bird.
You pay extra for that.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to go there. It has to happen.
It has to happen. Oh, yeah, yeah.
I got a buddy near Memphis who might need help moving, so now I'm going to volunteer.
Yeah. Here's the thing. So
they were givers.
Yeah, she was very giving. Anyway, but here's the thing, right? So this is the prequel to the story. I mean, it all comes down to, so we get back to the hotel, and we crash out. It's about 2:00 in the morning, right? We get there, and we got to get up and drive the next day, but everyone's crashed out, and so we crash out. We get up the next day and go, and we tell Freddie, man, should have gone with us last night. The titties were great, man. And Zach tells us Warhammer story, and everyone was like, well, nobody told us you were at a titty bar. I was like, really? I said, come on, man. This is the road trip from hell. I mean, this is like, that's why they were in dry hump too. You know what I'm saying? Because
you're in the United States, Freddie. Don't. And somebody says, you want to stay in the hotel? You want to stay in the hotel and
you tell them no.
And or you want to go out? You want to go see Memphis? We took a wrong turn. We passed right by Graceland and shit like that. So I mean, he got near it, but didn't get them titties.
He didn't go balls deep.
No, he didn't.
So anyway, we progress. The second day we drive from Memphis. We take the second leg of the journey, which is 8 hours to Schaumburg, but we had a detour. We had to pick up our good friend Joel Ivy, who had been at Stiff 3 the prior weekend here in Texas, and
he went whole hog. He went whole hog heresy, really.
He went whole hog heresy, right? I mean, he went from El Paso to Victoria to straight up Schaumburg and he brought it home, man. He had a beautiful army. Well, we'll get to that in a minute.
He took 2 armies.
Yeah. Anyway,
he got left at the airport at Midland Airport, and we were passing through there. So of course, you gotta bro out.
Yeah, no man left behind. I mean, he put out the call, he lit the beacon, and TFL came with it. You know what I'm saying? So, not saying anything about David Broughton. David Broughton left him at the airport, but I mean, we got him where he needed to go. But so anyway, we get to Schaumburg, we check in, right? Of course, we didn't have to wait in the line. I mean, it's not like we had big passes, but we were just so late getting there was no line left, so we just went right into registration, which is pretty good. Man, Zach, my brother had the Vig pass. I got kind of swindled out of it because I was lagging during registration, but my brother did get the Vig pass, and there was a lot of cool swag in the bag. But I want to say the clincher to the whole thing was the Citadel case.
Yeah,
Like the Citadel came with it. There was a Citadel case with the Games Workshop foam in it. Yeah.
Yeah, the good foam with the wavy foams.
The wavies, you know, so you could fit like Zound's troops. That would have been perfect to haul my world eaters around in, but you know, didn't get the vig. So well, my brother did get the score. You know, he got the yellow bag with all the goodies and the name tag and stuff like that. You know, which is you know, of course, you know that would get you laid in any male all male brothel in Schaumburg, but you know, we did not take advantage of that. You know. So we got there first night, got checked in, had a couple of drinks, you know, passed around the booze. You know, we had a couple of bottles prior to, you know, from Stiff left over. I think a bottle of Texas bourbon and some Rich and Rare. You know, I think we cashed it out the first night. You know, I want to say
yeah, it was a big half gallon, like the old plastic bottle. We in hindsight, I think we should have came better prepared. Maybe grabbed a couple of, you know, like 4 cases or something like that, or done something of beers. Oh no.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Beers, not
a slab cases of liquor. Like, you know, like in Freddie's words, a slab. He wants a slab. You know, and we had a bit of a communication breakdown throughout the weekend. But I think we managed pretty good, you know. But we did learn that a slab of beer is a case. So if you're ever in Sweden and you order up a slab, you're going to get 24, you know. Not to be mistaken for a crate or a flat. Or there was a couple of different other terms that I've never heard of, but which seem to be pretty popular. The good thing is Michael Johns definitely kind of sided with us. He was like, what the fuck is a slab, Freddie? You know what I'm saying? But in the most polite way. It's like he's got such a polite accent, you know. It was just awesome. But
I was drunk. I got drunk every night. So I mean,
we were drunk every day. Like, I mean, we started early. Like, there's a couple pictures floating around. I think I posted up a picture of Breakfast of Champions, and it was like, I got it here. I'm risking showing my belly. This right here, I saved this because I have an epic picture of Freddie like this, and if you notice, it's vodka of the gods. You know, it's a little backwards on your screen, but this is vodka of the gods. I got this at Trader Joe's. It's bottled for Trader Joe's by. It's very classy. Oh, the classiest of vodkas made in Fairfield, California, Russia. You know?
All the dudes shop at Trader Joe's.
Oh yeah, grain. It's like, and it's not even a potato vodka. It's like grain, made from grain, neutral spirits. Oh yeah, but this is a product of Fairfield, California, Russia, which is where all the greatest vodkas are made. But it got the job done. You know, we had 2 bottles, 2 cartons of orange OJ, one with heavy pulp for myself, and one with no pulp for my brother, and of course any partakers. So, but we did kill the bottle. But this vodka of the gods, I guess, the Odin Allfather, I guess that's who they worship in Sweden. I never got into religion with Freddie. I should have, because I would like to hear about the Ragnarok. You know, I mean, anyway, that's for another time, I guess. But so anyway, first night was there. You know, we got there, we got settled in. This and that, we got our hotel room. And I think we had Freddie in our hotel room every night, right, bro? I mean, I think from the get-go, Freddie he was supposed to crash with Ryan Kimmel, but ended up crashing with us, which was cool, you know, because it was pretty memorable, you know. I mean, it gave him a place he could play all night and then have a place to crash without having to try to get to another hotel room across town or across the freeway. Or, God, you don't want to let a food. I'm still on Illinois time here. You know, you don't want to let a Swede walk around, you know, in Illinois unsupervised. You know, things can get rowdy. But so anyway, I guess Thursday starts up. Thursday fires up. We wake up, we get some good rest. You know, I immediately reach over to the nightstand and grab my big 40-ounce stainless steel insulated mug. Those cups were MVPs, I want to say, bro. Me and you, I don't think they were far from our hands, you know, and always filled with, you know, refreshing, chilled liqueur products, you know.
They definitely like lasted. And even like one day I went with like coffee and made it be like all the first round or whatever. Then of course I washed it out and switched to liquor. But yeah, like that's definitely, you know, you go and you make a drink or you drink a beer and you try to move by the time you move your guys around, your shit just like, you know, it's all warm or your ice melted or whatever. So I mean, you know, you definitely have some good product placement for you shit. You took your cups down there, and I know you made it. You know, you sold quite a few. And got
out of 36 cups, people just they hit me up all the way to Sunday. People were looking for cups and placing orders and stuff like that. I said out of 36 cups, I sold 30. Surprisingly enough, the Ultramarines and the Blood Angels didn't have that big of a push. You know, I mean, I figured I'd sell Ultramarines at least, but you know, Ultramarines and Blood Angels, you know, especially with all the new Blood Angels rules, you know, you figure, you know, somebody would have picked those bad boys up, but alas, no, you know. So I tell you what, though, you know, I gotta ask, you know, I mean, I think the insulated cup or the thermos is like the greatest invention of our time, you know, and.
What is our time?
Well, here's the thing. You know, I'm going to tell you this. You know, people think, well, how about space travel, or how about, you know, how about like robotics and stuff like that? You know, I mean, or you know, like the internet. The internet. You know, that's a big thing too. But here's the thing. I think the thermos or the insulated bottle surpasses all that. I'm going to tell you why. Right? Okay. This is why. You put cold shit in it, right? And it keeps it cold. You put hot shit in it, and it keeps it hot. Right?
Okay.
How does it know?
Like it's like, you know, you're talking about this at the beginning of Skynet. Like
it's right. Like I think before any of the computers or internet goes self-aware, the thermoses are going to rise up against us. Because I mean, here's the thing, man. Like, you know, what kind of brain is there that says, "Hey, keep the shit hot"? Keep the shit cold. How does it know?
If you could now we're moving into next level shit. Like I don't want to get fucking don't steal that Elon Musk.
Right? Elon. Yeah. If the thermoses start making you know, if all of a sudden you put soup in there and it's cold, you know shit's going wrong. You know?
It's like 7 signs right here. Like,
They're making their move. Yeah, thermoses are going to infiltrate the interwebs and just destroy us all. All right. So let's get back to the heresy, man. So Balls Deep 1 made it intact with an extra passenger, and Danny was quite a co-pilot. Danny's from Golders 222nd. He came up and unlike his partner, he didn't puss out. He made it to Adepticon. So I'm definitely calling out Paul Philwitt. Number 1, full of number 2 is more like it. Literally. Anyway, I guess NASA doesn't pay as well as it used to because he couldn't make it this year, but maybe next year. So, but Danny was definitely a trooper, man. For being 21. That dude put the hammer down and got us, made us up some time. And
yeah, man, he was like flying 90 miles an hour. He was fully ready to accept the consequences, and so like,
yeah.
So we made it ticket free, no pullovers.
No pullovers. Knock on wood. Yeah, we didn't even have to use our. There's a cop in the vehicle.
Yeah, we had no military ID pulled out by
Danny boy.
No, like this. There's like 8 guns in this car right now, officer.
Right. We were definitely armed to the hilt. Yeah. But I'll try to keep from doing that in the future. But so Thursday we woke up and went to our first games, which happened to be.
Yeah, Josh was able to get in the narrative. Right?
I was able to get in the narrative. Yeah, for the first day.
You didn't have anything. You didn't have anything for the early day.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, just a quick breakdown for those that have never been to an Adepticon, or maybe that went and then assumed that they were just not like. First of all, it's a fantastic event. I mean, everybody knows that knows somebody that went to Adepticon. The sign up registration is like it's flawed system because, like, you know, the Geek Nation got their tickets early, or it sells out in 5 minutes or whatever, and people just get discouraged and they just say like, fuck it, I'm not going. But there was everybody. I think everybody that wanted to get in something that they were putting on was able to get in. Like I didn't see anybody that said like, oh, like we're screwed. Like go and just sign up there, or tell them like, hey, is there something? Just hang around there, have your army ready, and they'll get you in. You'll get to play some Heresy.
Oh yeah, and hats off to the Grand Legion who put on a fantastic event. They do it every year. You got Nate, and you got Matt, you got Finn, you got all these great guys that do so well, and they organize, and everything runs smoothly. And
David's in the chat. He's there too. He ran the entrenchment.
David, there he is. Shit, yeah. Self-aware thermos. But no, I mean, I mean, I've never in my life have I seen events run so smooth and everybody's so compliant. But you know what? Here's the thing. Like, there's a couple guys that I know. Brian Brenniger, who plays a beautiful Solar Aux army, didn't get in because of the same thing I did. I mean, it was we got kind of screwed out of the registration because it kept kicking us out, and he ended up with absolutely nothing but just the weekend pass, which is $30, right? And he got into every event of the narrative, which is fantastic. So I mean, if you do, like my brother says, if you do sign up and you're on a wait list, these guys will work with you and get you in the event. I mean, I want to say that even though they sold out so fast, even after taking all the waitlisted guys that were there, they still had 2 tables that were open that didn't get played on. So, and here's the thing: if you guys that sign up early and stuff, and you can't make it, or you're gonna cheese dick out, just step out of the way so that the real players can get in there and make it happen. I mean, yeah, I mean, dude. Yeah, either man up or go balls deep, or just sit on the porch with the little doggies. Feel wet. Feel wet. All right.
Yeah, I tell you also. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
But I know a lot of people were like, oh, it didn't get the narrative track also. But hats off to David's entrenchment game with the Imperial Fists and the Iron Warriors like squared off, and there's a glaive in the middle. Man, that thing looked badass, man. I didn't even get to see what was going on, but that game looked pretty sweet. I mean, all the little side games, like it's not just them running one narrative. Them between that and the friendly and the mega battle, like there's so many different.
Oh yeah, Nate. Hats off to Nate. He ran the mega battle solo, which was a new event for the 30K track. And it happened Thursday night, which we partook in. And we want to say there was well over 100,000 points, 46 foot a table. It was freaking amazing. I mean, 4 Warlords, Reaver Titans. There was knights, like Zounds knights, man. And he pulled it off, and it ran smooth. And there was a lot of shit talking, which is appropriate, you know what I'm saying? But it was a fantastic battle. And for the amount of chaos that was going on, the organizers did a fantastic. The organizer, if you will, because that was Nate's baby, did a fantastic job, and it just came out, titties. I mean, very titties. Janice got to see some action. Let me see here. Take my. If you see Janice right here behind my computer, there she is. I just unpacked her, got her set back up, and she did. All in all, if you will notice, behind my left shoulder here, there's now yet another Adepticon medal hanging on the wall back there. So, she brought home the Optima Machina Optima. That's what it is. The Optimal machine, the best Titan.
The Titan only had to go up against like smaller, lesser.
Oh dear God, man! Dear God, she survived. She survived with 1 whole point. She survived the whole battle. Yeah, it knocked off all her void shields, 29 whole points, and it came down to a 1 roll, a 5-up save, and she made that final save, and she survived the battle.
Let's set the scene. Let's set the scene. Right, just Optima,
Uh,
No, the Loyalists of the Mega Battle. Oh, fuck.
It's that one right there on the end, right closest to the.
So the Mega Battle sets up during deployment. Loyalists. I guess I don't know if there was a rollout, but Loyalists deploy first, and we set up, and it's my brother. My brother and I have 2 warlords, and there's 2 warlords on the traitor side. So obviously they split us up, and we deploy first. And the traitors, long story short, traitors, seeing surveying the field and seeing who would be the bigger threat, obviously put 2 warlords against mine, and leaving Josh over there to fight. 2 warlords and like 15 knights or whatever, and Josh had to fight like an Ordinatus and like some lesser tanks, and Optima Machina.
Yeah, there it is, right there. There it is. Yeah.
It's like we determine what wins medals. It's just you have to be the loudest asshole. Just speak up a little bit more. He's memorable, bro. Just be able to remember you. Oh yeah, give it to that bearded guy. Give it that bearded retard. Retard.
Oh shit!
It's a big animal. People love it though.
Yes, that was my Titan, David. It saved the last invuln. Had 1 whole point left. They threw everything at it, trying to take down Janice, and she just wouldn't have any of it. Of course, she was smart and brought a contingent of Tech Adepts and a Stormlord to keep her alive. But that's just tactics, something that hopefully next year my brother will take some notes and be able to apply. So, but call me a date. Oh, he left. Oh, that looks homeless. Yeah, I look pretty fucking homeless. It's all right, Pedro. So anyway, but we had a good time. My brother, however, did utilize tactics in his warlord battle. They set up across from him, which was impressive. Like my brother's warlord was very impressive. He went up against 2 warlord titans, and there had to have been at least 12 knights surrounding the feet of these titans, right? Well, this is a classic error. You know what I'm saying? This is So my brother, we beforehand, we went up against their warlord, which was a man by the name of Steve Law. The Law. Anyway, it's a little short Scotsman that talks a lot of shit and drinks all your liquor and promises to bring you a bottle but never shows up with the bottle. So Steve Law decides to double stack the warlords against my brother, which was classic error, you know what I'm saying? Because what he does is he piles in these knights around the feet, right? So what my brother does, and this is great tactic, my brother fires on the knights, causes an explosion. They D into each other. They scatter D, and they got nowhere to go but into other freaking Night Titans, right? So my brother, with the catastrophic damage, blew up probably 5-6 knights in the first turn, right, bro? Something like that.
Yeah, and in the process did like 19 hull points to the opposing, and this was only after the Red Knight. We were able to knock its void shields down, and it got stunned like falchion. So
the Red Warlord, I mean the Red Warlord.
The Red Warlord, yeah, sorry, the Red Warlord got stunned like by a falchion. So we were able to kind of work together. Like all of us on our side of the table were working really cohesive unit or whatever on it. So it worked out pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Of course, I got gang raped next turn, but it is.
But not before the Black Warlord went down. I think Zax took a Warhound with his Warlord to scout for him, and them turbo blasters, man, you can't really mess with them turbo lasers. They really do work. But
yeah, I think, Dan Ryan was there. No, Dan Ryan, he's in the chat. He had that Space Wolf
contingent, Lehman Rush, right? Yeah, the Stormbird.
Yeah, but that Stormbird was what took out the Black one. He launched his Bombard, I believe. I don't know. There was a bunch of dice and big ass fucking some pie plates and shit like that. He finished it off. So so it was good. It was good. We had a plan. Dan was the trader general, and he was he came in and just mopped up like after that stuff. So we're good.
Yes.
I think in the long run, I think the loyalists seem to get a little. I'm sorry, the traders got some outside assistance, some game master assistance, because there was like, oh well, your warlord is now back to full health or whatever. You get another, I don't know, something happened, but these narrative things go like they're all crazy and random. So I mean, it's all good. It was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah, there was a lot of destruction. Definitely, it was definitely impressive to see all that action on one table, or one big conglomeration of tables anyway. But heck yeah, man, it was brutal. It was brutal. I enjoyed it immensely. And like I said, the event ran smooth. I mean, damage was dealt. But I tell you what, by the end of that final mega battle, I was spent. I mean, I was questioning my integrity. I was like questioning my constitution. I was like, am I going to be able to make it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? I mean, it was.
Yeah, there was no break in between the first day of narrative and the mega battle either. It was like, hurry up and get your shit. Like, remember we had to run up and get the fucking.
Oh yeah, it's a good thing we brought our warlords down early in the day, because we were definitely pressed to get our shit together. But great time, great event, and that was the first.
Get your shit pressed, bro.
Get my shit pressed in. You ever have shit pushed in? Yeah. It happened. But so that was day one. And I'm going to be honest with you. If you go to Adepticon, keep in mind that if you're looking to game, you're gonna fucking game. I mean, it's no bullshit. I mean, no bullshit about it. There's no dicking around. There's no hey, if you need a break, there was a lot of dicking, but I mean, there was some deep dicking. But I mean, if you think about the game itself, and go. I mean, you have to have to free up a day or some time to go to if you want to go look at vendors and get your shit. Like, say you're there for an event specific model and stuff like that. You may want to free up your first day and be like, okay, I'm here just for the swag or just for the event exclusive or which of that. Because I tell you what, I didn't get to buy anything from the vendor market until Sunday, and that's I mean, that was just because I was like, we ended up not doing the team battle because, fuck, man, we had to check out and shit. So
it was started at 8 a.m. Like, fuck.
Yeah, and of course the Forge World line is like 3 hours long. And you get there and you're like, I'll get a book 7, please, and they're like, yeah, get fucked. We only had 4.
Yeah.
So. No T-shirts. Like, the T-shirts were cashed out. They did have a better supply of stuff than they did last year, but if you're going to get some swag or get some vendor stuff, you might want to set some time aside. And that's a bit of advice, Adepticon advice. But if you're going to go play and you're going to go hang out with some chill dudes and fucking get your game on, then prepare to balls up, man, because that's what it's about, man.
Yeah, it was nonstop. Like, it sucked. I mean, it did suck. It was badass, but yeah, you come in and you're there before the vendors open, and then they're already, next thing you know, they're fucking closing the wall off, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't get shit.
I didn't get shit. Yeah. Like, what?
I didn't eat. Why am I so wasted?
Yeah, well, I can't even walk. I think I peed myself during the second round, stuff like that, But yeah, no. All in all, I mean, like I said, there's people go for different reasons and for different things and whatnot. And I tell you, with all the preparation for Stiff 3 that we went through to get it going, it was nice to be able to get out there and play some games. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really enjoyed the people. I got to play Brad Todd, which is a man I got to play last year. and who is an Imperial Fist player. And we talk to each other on Facebook, but I mean, being able to play him again, because it's just fantastic. I mean, it's just a great event.
Yeah, there's a lot of good people that I met last year that were at this one too. Like it was pretty good. Bunch of good, chill dudes that just like to have fun. Dig it. Be there, man. Make some time next year.
Yeah. If you're in the chat and you haven't been to an event, like it was nice being able to take Danny. Danny had never been to a tournament event before. I mean, he's been to tournament events over at like Golders and stuff like that, but not like a con, where it's like it's all gaming all the time, balls deep, and man, this guy, I tell you what, Danny's catchphrase is "That's amazing," I mean, because we heard it over. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sweetland?
Yeah.
That's amazing, and I love Danny to death, but he saw so much amazing shit that it was like a broken record. That's amazing. Yeah, it was amazing, Danny. Shit, yeah. But, yeah. So he had a good time, and just ask him how amazing it was next time you see him. Because, that's his thing. You snitch. But if you haven't been to a con, Adepticon is definitely one to go to. And as far as events go, they really bring it to the fore.
Most, I think definitely the narrative bar has been set. Like they have this sweet ass fucking map. Like I see Ty, my name is Finn Cairo or whatever, like working the pieces on his map. And he's like a beautiful mind. Like I see like equation stuff like that, like busting around his face, and you can see like he's just like working the shit. Like so many mechanics involved in that map of
the map was beautiful.
Land, and not only working with the game results from that narrative, but also working in the little side project. The side games, like including David Robinson's Entrenchment, the Zone Mortalis, the Tactical Strike or whatever I believe they had, or all the little things, the Calth Bash, everything played its part in the grand scheme of this map that had to do with was the whole narrative for the whole week. So I mean, I don't even know how you make something and like figure out equations for how all those different factors factor in. It was nuts. Fantastic job, guys. I mean,
what was impressive too is that he explained it. Like he sat there and he explained. Like at this point, I'm so bombed. I'm like, shit, man, that makes sense. like. But I mean, he explained exactly the mechanics of the map, and at that point, I was just like, yeah, whatever, because it was so intricately detailed, and the map was beautiful. Like they did it. It wasn't even like a paper map. It was like a vinyl printed map that was just
a big banner laid out, covered a whole like 4x8 table. So I mean, you could at any point you could look over and say like, oh, we're fucked, or oh, we need to win right there, or whatever. And so, very cool guys. We're definitely probably going to steal that or something to that effect, because it was pretty awesome, man. It was very immersive.
Pretty fucking awesome, sure it was. But, yeah, hats off to the organizers, for putting on a great event, and in turn, I had a great time. Like I had
great looking terrain too. Hats off to Mark Rayleigh. Busting out some fantastic looking terrain, like little scattered terrain and bunkers and buildings. They all look sexy. And
he's one of the organizers at Nova too, right? Mark Rayleigh.
Yes, the Grand Legion does all Nova.
If you didn't make it to Adepticon, do definitely check out Nova. I mean, like I said, they really bring the gaming to you. You feel like, damn, this was well thought out, well played.
You have to go to DC for that.
Yeah, DC. But I mean, a lot of guys in our chat, like they're from up there. John Schaefer is the artist behind the map. So definitely, David, if you, or we may hit you up later or whatever for something later to get maybe work something out or see if we can maybe design something for us. That was fantastic, super sexy, well done.
Super sexy. Yeah, very very titties, very titties.
So speaking of titties, you want to tell them about the titty bar part two?
Yeah, part two, titty bar part two. Like it was like, okay, let's we're in Illinois.
Yeah. Freddie's ready now. He's full on like, all right.
Yeah, he's like, you reckless. I'm not missing it. Let's go. And he is chomping at the bit. He is like, we have got to see. Okay, you left us at the hotel, and I was like, look, man, we didn't leave you, but okay, I have no problem with titties round two. So it was for this excursion. It was Jay, Freddie, my brother, and myself. Did Michael Johnson go with us that time, right? No, he stayed.
No.
He stayed. It was just Freddie. It was Freddie, my brother, Jay, Bella, the silent giant, and myself. And so we load up and we hit the Yelp, you know what I'm saying? Gentlemen's Club, you know, we're going to find.
Yeah. I literally typed in like strip club near me. Yeah. Boobs
near me. Boobs near me. Yeah. So, you know, because I mean, now we got to blow off some steam. You know, I mean, it's like time. So we take off to go check out, you know, Illinois boobs. Right? We're cruising the noise. You know, we're in the noise, and so we get to this place called Heavenly Bodies. Heavenly Bodies, yeah. So we walk in, and the first thing that I noticed is they have us checking our coats. You know what I'm saying? Because the temperature dropped. What would you say got down to that night, bro? Like,
I don't know, like
30s 40, at least, right?
Maybe 40s, early 40s. I mean, it was chilly, but I could weather.
We're wearing coats, right? And I'm thinking, okay, this is like a safety precaution, but they do have like the coat check girl. I don't know if they're trying to milk you for tips, like you're supposed to tip the coat check girl, because that's all she did was check coats.
And you can't see anything from the outside. Like there's a foyer of you know, an antechamber. You can't see the innards from the coat check girls station.
Oh, definitely not. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely hush hush, right? And then so we check in our coats, and then the gorilla has my brother check in his hat, right? The gorilla at the door, you know.
No caps.
No ball caps, you know. So, which I wasn't too impressed with the gorilla they had, but whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, these must be some fucking badass fucking titties. Like we're about to see the.
Can't have your hat on. You can't wear your hat.
Yeah, your cap bill might like have a minute, but
right, you
rip a
might
leg
get pregnant if you have your hat on. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So anyway, Zach checks his hat, and I go into the next portion of the entryway, you know, and here you have to pay, you know, and they say, oh, okay, it's $10 a piece. You know, there's 4 of us, so it's like $10 a piece, which is pretty standard, I guess. You know, titty bar prices for whatever, you know. I mean, if you're gonna whatever, I guess. So we all pay, you know, the levy, I guess, and they give me a gold coin. I'm like, what's the gold coin for? Well, you have the gold coin for the turnstile. You know, there's a turnstile that you have to go in. I guess they can't count how many people come in to this establishment, so they have a turnstile which keeps count for them. So you enter your gold coin. I felt like Willy Wonka, like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, like, here's my golden ticket, you know. All right, thanks for the gold coin. Just get me to the freaking titties, you know. So we go in, right, and I'll make my way to the bar, and the boys are, you know, paying their shit, you know. And had I been on my game, I would have noticed a little faster. But it took me to like the third song. I guess it was the third song, because the first song I'm like looking around.
All right. Hold on, bro.
Okay.
I gotta see what the fuck Paul is working on. I gotta see.
Oh shit! No.
No, I seen it. That's at least that's a shit ton of bastions.
That is a shit ton of bastions.
Was it Bulbous? Was it Bulbous? Was it bigger than a bread basket?
A couple of these mixed in there too.
Yes. Yeah. That looked pretty cool, man. Just gotta say, sorry I ruined the moment. But
no, you reminded me because I already told Josh. I was like, look, when we're private, I'll show it to you. When we go live, I got to keep that thing down because.
Are we still talking about terrain here? Or we,
Yes.
The monster in your pants.
All right. Sorry. I don't want to ruin it. Go ahead, bro.
So anyway, So we go in, right, and it's about the third song, right? The third song hits, and this is where it hits me. There's no fucking titties here. So I'm like, wait a minute, what's this? This sucks. So I mosey on over to the stage. By this time, Jay's already gone. He's already found one, and he wasted no time. Like he is actually like in the boom boom room or wherever, you know. And I say, wait a minute, something is amiss. Something is amiss. We've got drinks, we've got Coronas, which is strange because they have Coronas, but they don't have Lone Star. But so we all have Coronas, and we're all drinking our Coronas. So I mosey on up to the stage, right? I was like, okay, let's find out what's going on here. So I pull out a couple bucks. I said, look, I just need some information, right? I said, hey, you got to dance. I just need some information here. What is going on? And she's like, well, what do you mean? And I said, well, we're from Texas, and we've been here about 3 songs now. We got our beers, and I haven't seen a titty one. Oh, we don't take off our tops here. I was like, wait a minute, what? It's like, what? Like the record screeched. Everybody stopped and looked at me. It was like a scene out of freaking Dusk Till Dawn. You know what I'm saying?
The
like
place
all
was
of a sudden,
full. The place was full too. Like there was like quite a few patrons there, and people were, getting dances or getting
money,
bras in their face. I guess like
yeah,
like I don't know what they were wearing, like slips. I don't know. Yeah, bikinis. There's a bikini. I don't know what it was. But Freddie called it a go-go bar.
A go-go bar. But he says the go-go dancers in, I guess, Sweden dance like this. I guess he was comparing the go-go dancer to what we were witnessing here at this.
And Freddie's idea of a strip bar was, I don't know. I think it's the Wanderseks. Like
the Wanderseks, yeah.
Like, so, I mean, I don't know if that's what he was expecting, but I feel like we really kind of let him down.
We kind of let him down, like this isn't the best that the United States has to offer. This is bunk ass. But here's the thing, like these guys were throwing this money, like everyone was enjoying themselves. I was not enjoying myself. I was
Josh stuffed $15 in this chick's G-string, just to have a conversation with her.
Well, I mean, hey, I'm thinking, a couple bucks, get the top off, right? No, it wasn't even like that, man. It was horrible. So, yeah, it was definitely foul play. I mean, I felt cheated, And I mean, I went up to the guys. I remember before we left the bar, I went up to like this table, and there was probably about 5 guys just totally like enamored by this bikini-clad woman on the stage, and they're just throwing money at her. And I went up to him. I said, if I died tomorrow and I went to hell, this is where I'd end up. It'd be here in this place right here. This is my hell. There's no boobs. It's just overpriced beer and idiots throwing money at women in bikinis. It's like, oh, it's so bad. So bad.
Maybe that's all they know. Maybe that's how it's always been, and they're just like, eventually, they're that wasted. They're like, the top's coming off. Next song.
The boobs never came.
Is anyone in chat from Illinois? I mean, is that a no titty state?
Yeah. They said like if you go to like inner city Chicago, it's all good. But other than that,
yeah, but you have to go to inner city Chicago.
Yeah, you have to brave.
Chirac. Yeah.
Yeah. Horrible. The worst.
Yeah, it was definitely bad stuff.
Yeah. Sorry, Freddie.
Yeah, we're sorry. We're so sorry that's what you went back to Sweden and said, "Oh, let me tell you about the titties in the United States." And
they're covered with clothes.
The titties never came. The titties never came. Yeah. Yeah.
We went to that restaurant and ate a hamburger, and there were more titties on the TV there than there were
there was more titties on the TV. I remember that. We made a comment.
No
Wanderseks for Freddie. Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, it was so bad.
Man, how fucking cool was Freddie though? Like how fucking hilarious was he? Like all weekend long.
Dude, he was great. Okay, this brings me up to like a great Freddie story, right? I got to tell the story because it was like one of you know, Freddie wrote an essay about me, and I don't know if y'all were privy to it or if you guys are in the Adepticon chat, but they posted up Freddie's essay. He wrote this great essay about, you know, us before our teams battle. I got to play with Freddie. He was my partner in the teams battle, which was fantastic because he is such a great character to play with. You know what I'm saying? He plays Emperor's Children, and if you play with Freddie, you know, he makes, you know, battle cries, you know, like for the Phoenician or perfection or, you know, give me some more, bro. I mean, he was just such a great character to play with, right? Um, but so he wrote this essay about me because he had been on a losing streak, like from Stiff to the first day of the narrative to it was what, the third day? Third day was team. No, the third day was teams. It was Saturday, right? So he was on a losing streak, man. So I went up to Freddie and I said, Freddie, we got this. You got this, all right? I'm your good luck charm. We're gonna do this, right? So he wrote this freaking essay about how I looked deep in his eyes and I grabbed his hand and I said, we got this, you know. And it was a fantastic essay. Won him the essay prize. And it really made me blush, you know, because I was like, man, this guy, he really brought it, you know. So anyway, that was the first time our eyes locked, you know, and we had a moment, right? The second time our eyes locked was a little more different. So here's a story, right? About 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if you've ever had the beer shits or the liquor shits. I got them bad with a vengeance. Like it came blown, bam, hit me in the gut, right? So I wake up 3 o'clock in the morning. My brother, when I went to sleep, all the lights were off. I woke up to go to the crapper, and my brother's face down on the bed, snoring. The lights are on, everything is there, and I just got to get to the bathroom as fast as possible. So I haul ass to the bathroom. Bam, I get to the bathroom, and I pull down my pants, and I just sled fly, man. And then it's just like I'm pissing out my ass. It is coming out like full stream. Like it was, you know, and I mean, like, I was like, it was horrible, right? And I stay up in some like basketball shorts, right? So I mean they're around my ankles, right? Well, right about this time, I started hearing the knob jiggle like on the front door, and if I'm sitting in a stall, right? Here's the stall. There's a pair of double doors that open outward, and then like to the left, about a 2 feet to the right, is the front door, the door into the room, and I can hear the door open. So I reach up behind me, I grab a towel off the wall, and I put it across my lap, and I'm sitting there like a Russian gangster in a fucking steam room, right? And I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, I mean, blasting ass, and I'm sure the smell has permeated the room. My brother doesn't smell it because he's out like a light, but there I am. So I look over at the door, and I'm like, what's coming in, right? And the door cracks open, right? And I see a foot on the carpet, you know, kind of like skirts in, you know, holding the door open, right? And then I see a knee come through the door, right? And then I see like Freddie's display board with all his Emperor's Children in his hands, right? And I'm watching this going on, and I'm thinking to myself, man, this would make a great picture if only I had my phone. And I'm thinking, hopefully Freddie doesn't have his phone because I'm thinking about what I look like, right? So he scooches in, right? And at that moment, he looks up, and he's got a display board in his hand, key card in his mouth. He's on his knees on the carpet. The door's halfway open. My doors are both open, and I'm sitting there looking at him, and I go, well, you know what the fuck I'm doing, Freddie? What the fuck are you doing? And he gets up the car, and he goes, this isn't the Wandersex. Oh my God!
I think we traumatized him for all bathrooms in the United States.
Well, it was definitely a sight to behold, I guess you could say. So, but yeah, that was the second guys that weekend, and yeah, I've talked about it several times, but I don't know if Freddie will ever bring it up in his lifetime. You know? So, but yeah, definitely a character. You know, definitely someone that you know I could hang out with Freddie like all day long. and just never get tired of that man. He was freaking awesome. So, but it is what it is, and life goes on, and I'm sure there'll be other moments. But
yeah, great guys. Him and Michael Johns both. Like he was, I still say it. Like he was my favorite game was playing with him. Teams on day 3 of the narrative. Michael Johns, badass, had a really good Ultramarines army. Both our armies played really well together. So yeah, I really enjoyed playing with him. Fucking great guy.
Michael Johns had a good essay too, and not to be overlooked, but yeah, Michael Johns was definitely good. And I tell you what, he could insult the shit out of you, but it always came out so very positive and polite, And I'm sure there were several times when like he told me once, he goes, "It's brilliant," and I was like, "Brilliant." I mean, that's like a great compliment, or an expression that doesn't get used enough. And I was like, "So, Michael, I gotta know, man, where does brilliant on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being you're fucked and 10 being you're the best motherfucker on the planet. Where does brilliant land?" He was like, "It's like a good 7, So I mean, always had a great disposition, man, and he's a pastry chef. So man, if I ever get to Australia, he definitely give me some of his sweet cakes, if you know what I mean. So, but definitely good stuff. Good guys to be around. So, I'd like to, going on to, Zach, you want to talk about any? I know we discussed all of our games on RFI on the road back, but anything in particular stand out to you?
No, I'm not sure. I mean, I was real pleased with how my Iron Hands did. I ended up taking, including our game, which was really dumb, that we just decided just to tie out. Like I played 8 games, excluding Mega Battle, of course. Like I played 8 games, and I went 6-0-2, so with 2 ties. So 6 wins, 0 losses, and 2 ties. So I was very pleased with how it went. I played Iron Breakthrough at 1250. Some might say that was I wasn't sure how it would be. Well, I think Casterman North was in like all of my lists or whatever, and I think he was definitely the MVP just for what he does. Just the BS5 and the Tank Hunter makes your army kind of real versatile. So I mean, I really enjoyed how it played. It's really the first time I really got to really unload with that. So I mean, I was really pleased how it played out. Then I switched to Heather Gorgon once we got to 2150, and some of those stuff, the outflanking helped. And running the Stormlord was pretty fucking beef house with
the Stormlord though, man. Oh yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. At one time I had a 30 PS5 strength 6 AP3 shots with shred or whatever. Somehow it was and somehow somebody gave me like reroll misses or something stupid or whatever just because of cards, and I just wiped out an entire unit of even with it was AP3, I wiped out a whole squad of Tyrant Terminators or whatever, and they couldn't do shit. It was pretty bad. It was awesome. Had a great game. Yeah, but I won't really get into the games.
Definitely tune into RFI on our trip back if you want to listen to like game battle reports, stuff like that. Stuff like the games. But tonight I guess we'll just talk about Adepticon on the whole. And we're a little more lax here. You know what I'm saying? Leave the technical to Ryan and Michael. But I did get to play with Kimmel, which is always a freaking joy. Playing with Kimmel is like a tutoring session. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lesson in tactics. So plus everything runs so smooth and safe, which is pretty awesome.
Are you working on something, bro, or what exactly?
Yeah, I'm actually assembling. I know this is kind of off. I picked up some aliens and some aliens models, which You know, I mean, I love Aliens. You know, I mean, and they have a game coming out, Aliens versus Predator, and you know, you know, I don't plan on playing the game, but I love Aliens so much that I wanted to put these little models together. So I bought me some Aliens models, and this is a nightmare, man. Because I tell you what, compared to like putting together a bulky Space Marine, these little pinner bastards are fucking kicking the
Are they
dick.
small? Like what?
Well, I mean, we all know what the
millimeter?
alien. We all know what the alien looks like, right? You know, the alien from Alien versus Predator, Alien.
Yeah. But what are they? Are they? What size are they?
They're 28 millimeter, but their limbs are so like if you look, they're so like wispy, and you know. So
How many pieces was that?
uh, this piece right here was it was the body, a leg, and an arm. So um, the arms are so pinner, you know. But I mean, they're posable, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? You can make them look all like they're kicking ass and whatnot. But they're very detailed. You know, I really like the models. I mean, I saw the models that they had, the examples, and the guy was kind of, you know, I mean, he wasn't really helpful as far as like he didn't sell me on it. Then of course, just the alien itself sold me on it. You know,
So
like, cool.
did you just get aliens, or you get some Marines, or some?
Man, I didn't get any Marines. They had the Marines, and they had the Marines, and they had Predators there too. You could play as uh, 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 Colonial Marines, or you could play as like they had Colonial Marines, but they also had like Wayne Utani stormtroopers, I guess you could say, which I guess were a little more elitists, you know. But the models looked really cool, you know. So I was like, I gotta have me some of those, just because I'm a big Alien fanatic, you know. Maybe I'll look into getting maybe a Hicks model or a Hudson model, you know, to commemorate Paxton. So, but
Zach,
the Pax man.
What's up?
you ready for this thing?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, I've got you pulled in. I want to see it. See the goods. Oh, look at that shit, dude. That goes together actually pretty well.
Yeah. Now,
Oh my
Did you know?
I don't know if you can see the window in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So remember the glass that I have on the Titan's eyes?
Yeah.
So I'm going to put that same glass in here.
Are you gonna light it up?
I'm going to put T candles up in the, well, you can't see my hand inside. Up on the second level, I'm going to put T candles up here. And that way, when the light's flickering through each one of these windows, because there's only windows in the second story. And that, so those will flicker. The window will flicker coming out. And the grates won't go in until I paint the weapons and install those, but they'll be flickering coming up through the grates as well.
Looks pretty good, man. Did you have it designed before you?
No, I just
together?
started throwing shit together. Like I had, way back before they put out the rules for the voice shield generator, I made my own. Right, so I took the narrative, I guess it's not the narrative, the description of it, and basically describes a short bastion. So I built bastions without walls on them, and then I got some sort of power generator thing from Secret Weapon, right? And those were my void shield generators because they didn't put out the void shield generator. So I had 4 extra walls, and Danny was putting together his bastion, and he was showing it off, and I can never let my son do anything better than me because they make me a shitty dad.
Yeah. Beat it. Yeah, whenever he gets too proud of himself, you got to destroy that little ego of his.
Exactly, yeah. So I started off with those 2 pieces, and I had another bastion on the wall that I hadn't touched yet. So I had 3 bastions, and I was just fiddling with it. Like I was planning on initially doing a big wall in front, and then just wrapping around with just Mechanicum pieces, right? Actually, I already cut all those boxes up. But the Mechanicum bits with all the bits.
The doors, the walls. Yep.
Yeah, this has got 2 entrances, by the way. here and reversed. Only 2 doors. Yeah, the idea was just to do this big front, basically, so you had a Mechanicum building that also had heavy bolters set on it. And I didn't like how it looked. It looked fucking atrocious. So I tried doing it tall instead of long, and that looked even worse. So bit the bullet.
You always want to go. You always want to go long. Long
and strong, and down to get the friction off.
You don't think girth? Girth is important as well.
Girth is very important.
Yeah, I think
girth is. No, don't call me Tuna Can Josh for nothing. You know?
Yeah, I had to go to freaking 3 different game stores in town before I found another Bastion to finish it.
Yeah, Bastions are sought after. It was hard to find some Bastions there from G-Dubs for a while.
Well, there's been a run on them here in town, because Paul Felwitt and Danny were running around buying Bastions. Because, I'm not going to make it to the April 8th event. I mean, I'm going to show up, but I'm not going to be able to run that one because the current theme at work is fuck Paul. So
yeah. Oh, we have that at my job too.
Yeah. So Felwitt's going to run it, right? And instead of saying, okay, this is what you built, I'm just going to run with this, it's like, nah, I'm going to do my thing. So now I'm running around trying to get all this stuff put together for the adjusted road to Isfahan.
The road to Isfahan. And that's Golders 222nd on the 8th of April. Coming up quick.
Yeah.
That's my wife's birthday. I will not be able to attend.
Bring the wife.
Yeah.
I'm sure she'll be all about that. Yeah.
Where's my blowjob? Oh.
We'll get Danny. We don't call him Rody for nothing.
Yeah. He definitely earned it.
He definitely earned his Rody name.
What's up, Zane? Zane in the chat.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about Zane, man. We got to meet Zane in person, in the flesh. We also got to meet Zane's father, who, I tell you what, man, Zane's father definitely wins the cool dude dad of the year award, man. I'm going to give you a bit of advice, Zane, since you're now in the chat. Take notes. Your daddy's got it going on, man. That dude sucks. Hell yeah, definitely. His name's Peter, man, if you will. Went out to Kuma's with us, and we had drinks, and very cool dude, and always had a smile on his face. Was very into what had going on, and for a father to support his son like that, man, I tell you, you should feel blessed, Joe, an old man like that.
I think they played War Machine together or whatever. So.
Yeah. My old man would have been like fucking dolls over queers, and that's the way that would be going down. Yeah. So be thankful you got a dad that supports you, and he brought you to a Adepticon. Shit, right there, man.
Good night, Sam. Sam Pedro's out.
Good night, Sam.
I guess it's a little bit later there in Carolina. I think he's over there in Carolina, Harrison. So
Carolina.
I actually need to go crash too. I got to work early tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, on that note, we did notice that, you're coming out, hanging out with us Golder guys all the time, right? And then your birthday rolled around. We got your cake. I guess that made things awkward or something because we haven't seen you as much.
Because I ditched. No, I didn't ditch. I just had. I actually got a job. Actually had a bunch of stuff. Once I get settled in, I actually had to move a bunch of shit around to make this fucking stiff stuff happen. Me and Gator still been talking about getting games or whatever together over here, but I need to get over there. I actually need to think up a next project. I don't know what to do. I kind of want to focus on something else, maybe terrain or display board, kind of like that stuff. You know, because some of the other display boards just fucking were real titties, and I haven't really concentrated on one. So I need to think of a new project. I picked up the Mechanicum book from the Forge World thing there, so I think I'm gonna slowly kind of ease that way, or at least read up on it and figure out a plan which way I want to go. But maybe I'll just go and just hang out, you know.
So jealous of those Mechanicum boys, man. They're like so few models, man. It's like, oh, I got a knight, and
Yeah, right.
I got like a couple of these big Myrmidons, and my army's done. I keep it in this like
20, and that's 2,500. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's I didn't witness fucking Eric Ivan, his knight just fucking completely just fell off the table and shattered.
Oh,
So happy it wasn't me. There were several incidents of destruction on my table, but nothing too bad. It was able to be put back together. But no, Paul, it's not you. Like, yeah, no, everything's fine. I just need to make some time. Like, it was a lot easier when I was super unemployed, and now that I'm employed again, I'm like not a hobo anymore. Like, I gotta do stuff. But
I think I like my narrative more though. That we got you cake and that made it awkward.
Well, I didn't want it to be too obvious. But like, I feel like I owe you guys something, and I feel like next time it's like going to be time to pay the piper. You know?
No, you guys got me cake at Stiff.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah. That lemon cake's pretty good. I'll admit it.
Yeah, but you guys always bring it. Golar's 222nd. They're a great group that goes out of their way to make people feel welcome and make it awkward. So
make you feel dirty about it.
Yeah, kind of feel a little a little bit of weird feelings I shouldn't be feeling.
This takes me back to high school health class.
So Samson says he's going to do 100 tech thralls, which kind of brings me to my army. My army, I took 100 world eaters, outflanking world eaters, which I didn't realize we were going to be playing on 4x8, so my army wasn't as effective as I had liked it to be, but it's still, because I had them walking on from the sides. So on a 4x8, 4x6, I definitely would have ruled some better ass, but it was I got to play some good games, and I liked my army. It was impressive seeing that many world eaters, because I put out the challenge about a month ago. Because I wanted to see an all-infantry army like that, and so I figured if I can't bring it, then I don't deserve to call people out on it. So,
hey, speaking of which, did Corey get a cup? Was it Corey? Who was it that brought all those world eaters to Stiff 3?
Oh yeah. I'm making his cup right now, as a matter of fact.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's we coded him today, and. Yeah, he brought 97 world eaters, man after my own heart, to Stiff 3, and he had a couple laser destroyers, which was understandable. I took the sacrificial offering, so I took Medusa carriages, which looked so good on the table.
How did those do, by the way?
Dude, they rocked. They rocked. And I tell you what, I got charged. My Medusa carriages got charged by. Got charged by Imperial Fist Terminators, which was a Praetor, a Chaplain, and an Imperial Fist Terminator squad, which was pretty gnarly. They really come and they charge. Well, they're stubborn. So, and of course my officer, I guess you could say, my headquarters choice for my militia was in the squad too. They whittled down those Terminators like to the man. Like it was pretty impressive. The militia, they weren't close combat. They were just there, shooting their big guns. But he charged them to make them stop shooting the big guns. And And those militiamen, man, they were the MVPs. They did work. They definitely brought the pain. So definitely cool. And that army, brought home this bad boy right here. Yeah, this is my best sportsmanship award trophy.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
phallic.
I see the sportsmanship. Like, yeah.
Yeah, Joel Ivey won one of these too, and he was a World Eaters player. Had a bunch of dig bikes on the field,
How the fuck is that?
and we touched tips. Yeah, it was when the World Eaters win the sportsmanship award. Yeah, that's what happens.
Hold on, there were two Trader Sportsmanship Awards.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What the fuck is going on here?
Well, maybe if the loyalists were a little more compassionate.
Yeah, if you could have only the compassion of Angron, then maybe you could be the sportsmanship.
Award. Yeah, very important. Very important. So.
I had Dan Ryan, all the jet bike. I had to play that army in the team game, and it was Joel Ivey had all dig bikes and jump pack troops, and the other guy, no, he didn't have Angron, and then the other guy had all tacticals and Angron in drop pods, or like Angron and a Charybdis with Garland Surlac, like a chaplain and all tactical Marines, and then like all everybody else said was like a bunch of fucking just tacticals, and I think there was like a couple of Melta squads, but just all troops. Like it was like, what a fucking nightmare! Just right in your face, all in your face,
all over your face. Oh,
your face.
Another funny Freddie story. Speaking of that, I made Freddie some templates while he was here that said all over your face, right? So he wanted, he saw that we had made templates, and I said, yeah, I can make you some templates. I made them in his Emperor's Children purple, did some Fulgrim templates for him, and it said all over your face, right? So Freddie comes up to me, like it's right after the first game, and he says, my Malcador, I had my Malcador there, and it shoots, and so I move my template to go all over their face, and it scatters back, and it was all over my face. The way he said it. Oh my God. Definitely a Freddyism right there. So his Malcador put it all over his own face. So, but yeah, that's the Swede for you in a nutshell. If you're ever in Sweden, look him up. You're guaranteed a good time. So. Fantastic time at Adepticon. Fantastic time. Great people. I can't wait till next year. Just good all around fun. I can't wait for next year. Really. So.
All right, man. I hate to bunk out, man, but I gotta crash.
All right. Well, since that leaves just me and Sweetland, I'm gonna probably turn in two guys. The chainsaw donger. Yeah.
Yeah.
But all you guys in the chat, thanks for tuning in for the post Adepticon podcast, and we really appreciate you guys. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do this, and or we'd do it, but no one would listen to it. So I mean, I'm so glad you guys are here. So we don't just feel like total tool bags talking to ourselves. But yeah, man, if you can get to Adepticon for a good time, man. Samson, I see you in there. And,
yeah, black label painting for sure. There was so much shit on that mega battle board that was like, oh, that's Samson.
All Samson. That's all Samson.
Yeah, fucking big beefy Ordnadai and fucking warlords and shit like
Warlord
that.
Titans. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's yeah. Samson's always been a pleasure. Taught us had a little impromptu OSL session or whatever in Samson's room.
Yeah, I'm so pissed that I missed that, man. I heard about you, Samson, and Pretty had a three-way over OSLs. And
Joe Kirkus. Joe Kirkus
was there too. Oh my god, shit, man! It's like a party in your pants, like Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was good. And he made my little would I have some Castellax, my Castellax dark fire cannons. Give him a little boost. Yeah, but a great guy, Black Label Paint. Check him out.
Check him out. Yeah, you got a Twitch feed. Yeah, always twitching out.
Yeah.
But yeah, check out Samson. And good guy, man. But yeah, we had a moment in the elevator, but that's a story for another time. So, yeah.
We got plenty more. I'm sure we're missing out on a lot of the fucking badass fucking details. I'm fucking still recovering. So,
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because of Samson.
Yeah, because of Samson, like his shit runs deep, so deep, putting that ass to sleep. Oh, what?
Like, so my entire War Leaders dick bikes, they're all going in to get stripped now because, fuck, I watched him doing it on his one of his Facebook videos there, and mine are no longer acceptable.
Well, yeah, Samson will do that to you. He'll be like,
yeah. Well, I watched that dick bike feed or whatever, and he just like. You watch him just put tape on shit like that, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, he's like, and it fucks up or whatever a little bit, and it just comes out look at the Bob Ross fucking motherfucker. Like,
we put some happy dick bikes here.
Yeah, we can put some happy little weathering over here. Oh, Raf's in the chat. Oh, man, we're about to sign out. I'm sorry, Gooch Man. He's a
Gooch in the chat.
Yeah, Gooch Man. If y'all didn't know, it's Stiff 3. Gooch Man got his we reached our goal and then some, just to thank great support from those at Stiff 3 to help out
for actually putting together the raffle for the Warhounds at Stiff 3 and this man right here in the chat with us, Paul Sweetland, donated the Warhounds I know he's not going to take any credit for it because it's just the man he is, but he was the man that donated the Warhounds so we could do the raffle to get you your bike, man. So we're so happy to have him in our crew, and man, we're so happy we were able to do that for you,
You just got to load up some pictures once he gets out on the road with it.
Heck yeah, definitely. Sure. We want to see you on that bike. So when you get out there, man, make sure you send us some pics.
Clothing optional.
Yeah, you can be naked. It's cool. all about the naked gooch.
All right, I gotta go, guys.
All right, bro.
All right, so
you later.
FRB, guys.
FRB.
Hate it.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in the chat tonight. Paul, thank you for you want to add anything about the event on the 8th?
Yeah, well, the one thing I could add in on that was it was originally done up with me doing the ISFAN campaign, but the theme at work right now is fuck Paul. So with that, I'm not going to be able to run the event. I get out of work at 6 o'clock in the morning before the event kicks off, and then I got to be back to work again at 8 o'clock that night. So I'll stop through, but I can't run an event on that amount of sleep. So yeah, Phil picked up the banner for me on that one. But in true Phil fashion, he said, "You know what? Fuck your mission. I'm doing my own thing."
That sounds like him.
Yeah. So it's still the same theme. We're still doing ISFAN, but instead of kicking it off with where the campaign starts, because the campaign starts off with what's going on with the traders are landing on the planet, and you now have to deal with whatever situation, right? And fight everybody back. He wanted to do basically the prequel, like the actual assault that the traders are launching. So that's what we're going to be having on the 8th. It's not your little pansy. Hey, let's it's not the bitch out move that I had planned.
Well, sure.
All right, here's a campaign that Forge World gave us. All right, this stuff's way too fucking OP. Let's calm all these things down, make it closer to an even playing field, and now let's go. Where Forge World did 90% of the work, and I just fluffed it. I did my fluffer bit.
You fluffed it?
No, Felwit's writing new missions. After I heard the name of the mission, that's why I built this beast.
What's the name of the mission, Paul?
I don't remember right now. I do. Actually, I do. I'm just not telling you.
Fuck your Yankee Blue Jeans.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be awesome. I mean, he's the guy that overdoes everything. So I'm kind of bummed I don't get to play it.
Well, sweet. Well, if you're in San Antonio on the 8th, swing by. It's going to be Dragon's Lair.
Dragon's Lair, yeah.
Yeah, come by, check it out. Golders always puts on a fantastic party. They got the best tacos in Austin there. You'll hear that joke if you can show up, I'm sure.
It's not a joke.
But, goddamn, I had 6 bodies in this motherfucker. I have an extra alien. That's cool.
Nice.
Yep. But, all right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in tonight. And tune in next week on Wednesday. Make sure you check out RFI. And if you're in the San Antonio area, always look for Goalers and their 222nd. All right, guys. Y'all have a good night, and we'll see you next week. FRB.